My name is Chuck Bungie. I started working with Habitat or serving with Habitat here back in, probably about 16 years ago. I started as a board member, served for 5 years on that, and then became an employee. I was a construction site supervisor. Loved that because it was building houses for people with volunteers that really enjoyed being out there. And it was just a great time working with the guys we had, the people we had. And then after that, then I came back as a volunteer on the last house. I started serving with Habitat back when I was in the Air Force. I did a couple different projects, one in Alabama and then another one in, I was on a temporary duty to Aviano, Italy, in northern Italy. And that was when I realized how rewarding doing stuff for Habitat is. And like I said, when I was the construction supervisor going out and working with people that loved being there. A lot of them knew what they were doing, but a lot of them didn't. They were just there to learn and help out. And it was a lot of fun being able to teach people how to use the tools, how to do different parts of the construction. And it was just a lot of fun and very rewarding, especially when we presented the houses then on the presentation time. That was, the closing, and they got to move in. You saw what it meant to the families. I think it's in the standards of Habitat is you don't want to build a house that's not going to be useful for a family. So they vet the families, they interview them really well and know what they need, especially if they have handicapped needs. And the last one we built was a handicap accessible house. And the day we dedicated it to the family, the boy that needed the handicap accessibility was just so ecstatic. He was showing everybody all the stuff he could get around. He had his own bathroom, his own room, and he was just so happy that it really meant something to him. Well, it was interesting because we got to go to some of the affiliates in motion conferences and actually learn all the different phases of Habitat. And of course, different people on the board had different talents and things that they brought to it. And it was just nice working together to realize we were trying to provide a home to somebody that could really use it and just wasn't able to afford it in the conventional way. So the board members would get together. We have our meetings and discuss things, pick families, and then find properties that we could use and go and start to break ground. I know a lot of times at the AIM conferences, they call it, we're the hands and feet of Jesus. And that's another point to it, that we're helping somebody where they can't help themselves necessarily. You see the appreciation in them. A lot of times there's tears because they just can't believe, somebody would do that for them. And, but it helps them to be a part of the community too, because now they're going to be paying for a mortgage. They're going to be paying taxes and contributing instead of just paying for a rental. And it gives them a sense of, I think there's a lot of sense of pride in it for them that they've got something they can call their own. And they've helped build it too with their sweat equity. And a lot of people get the misconception that we're giving away homes, and that's not it at all. The people work with they give sweat equity, so they're helping out. And then they do pay a mortgage. It's just less than conventional ways of doing it. So I would recommend anybody give it a try, because once you're out there for a day or so, you want to be a part of it all the time.